A new life comes into the world here at the Bnai Zion Medical Center in Haifa. Families are overjoyed with love and happiness at the sight of their newborn that has just entered the world to start the journey of life. Our family, the Bnai Zion family, was born and began its journey of giving, caring, and contributing to the Jewish people in 1908.
A group of people in New York, led by Judah Magnus, created an organization called Bnai Zion. The order's purpose at the time was the recreation, reestablishment of the state of Israel in the same place where our ancient ancestors lived many years ago. After the state was recreated, we needed to find a way to express this concern that we had for the future of Israel and the people involved. And we did this through humanitarian projects that we built throughout the country.
After 20 years of dedication to the fulfillment of the Zionist dream and the welfare of Jews around the world, our journey continues with the reopening of the Bezalel Art School in Jerusalem. The goal of Bezalel was to create original art that would express the Jewish people's yearning for spiritual and national independence. Today, Bezalel is the leading academy for art and design in Israel and highly regarded and recognized around the world. Bezalel Academy fulfills an essential role in shaping the cultural identity of the State of Israel. During World War II, we realized the critical need to take an integral role in establishing the American Red Magen David for Israel. Medical supplies and ambulances were donated and later used in the War of Independence. A year before Israel's independence, we plant our roots within the land by establishing Kfar Bnai Zion.
All around what you see here were just pure hills of sand. The first settlers were people that came right from the Holocaust, and with the help of Bnai Zion organization, we established this Kfar, Bnai Zion.
Our goal was to make the desert bloom, and our dream came true and surpassed our wildest imagination. What was once sand dunes is today a successful and thriving community that proudly bears the name of our organization.
For me, it's Zionism at its best, the combination of Jews from abroad with Israeli Jews that are combined together to achieve the goal of independent and flourish Israel.
Now that Israel was an independent state, it was time for us to help it create its own cultural identity. Therefore, we established Kfar Ein Hod, an artist village, a place for artists to live in, create, flourish, and educate the next generation of Israeli artists. We opened an art school that runs a wide variety of workshops and built housing for the students.
הדחיפה הגדולה של קיום כל המפעלים החינוכיים לאמנות זה היה בני ציון. ולכן התרומה של בני ציון הייתה בכלל לקידום האמנות בארץ.
Today, the village and its successful art school are well known all over the world, thanks to the creative and expressive art that is produced there. Each year, many visitors come from around the globe to walk the streets, enjoy the galleries, and festivals that Ein Hod has to offer. 50 years ago, we adopted 2 homes for the mentally challenged throughout Israel, Ma'on Bnai Zion in Rosh Hashanah and the Quitman Center in Jerusalem, which is named after Herman Quitman, who served as Executive Vice President of Bnai Zion.
The Quitman Center is home for people with special needs. What we are trying to do is give each one the support he needs in order for him to do as much as he can by himself and to get the support when he needs it.
The loving care that is given at these centers is exemplary and allows its residents to lead fulfilled lives.
Bnai Zion helped us a lot in the last few years. I think that without Bnai Zion, we couldn't do a lot of the things that we did. The residents would live in worse conditions, and it would take us a lot more time to build the things that we are building now.
As an expression of our will to more closely bond the relationship between Jews all over the world, we established an auditorium in Bet Atfutzot, the Museum of Diaspora in Tel Aviv.
We are all Bnei Zion. We are all the people of Zion, of the dream about Zion, of the prayer for Jerusalem. The Jews of the world are participating in building our land. And Bnei Zion Foundation is a very good tool to implement this involvement. And I, as one of the leaders of the Museum for Diaspora, practically see every day the important help of this foundation. Excellent auditorium which we have and which is extremely important for our meetings, for our seminars, for our educational activity, is one of those presents of the diaspora Jewry which Israel got through this foundation.
Out of our desire to help advance the Israeli health system, we adopted the Rothschild Hospital, the city hospital of Haifa.
In 1988, the hospital renamed Bnei Zion Medical Center, honoring the commitment that the Bnei Zion Foundation took upon themselves to raise the funds needed to finish building the west wing of the hospital. Thanks to their help, the hospital is able to be on the forefront of the medical standards in Israel. In our 65 outpatient clinic, we treat 120,000 patients annually. In our emergency room, we treat around 100,000 patients per year, and 5,000 babies make their own decision to be born in the hospital annually.
During the war with Hezbollah in the summer of 2006, the Bnei Zion Medical Center stood heroically in the line of fire and treated many of the casualties of northern Israel.
As you know, we are a public hospital. We have to rely on help and support of good friends, and the Bnei Zion Foundation is our best friend.
Ma'ale Adumim, a new city was found, and we wanted to contribute to its cultural and educational development, so we built the Library of Peace.
Bnei Zion came to visit in Ma'ale Adumim. They saw our needs, and they decided to help us to build the library. The library is a social center, cultural center. The children coming to hear a story, to do their homework.
We have a lot of traffic, a lot of readers, much more proportionally than many larger cities that even have larger libraries.
We are very lucky that we have family in the United States. The family is Bnei Zion, that's helping us a lot, supporting us with education, with welfare life, giving scholarship to our children that need a scholarship for their studying. They're helping us to give money to the underprivileged families, and they build us the library that is the best thing that happened to Ma'ale Adumim.
And that's something very special, because if that's something that has characterized Jews, is a feeling of mutual responsibility and connection with other Jews all over the world. And I think this library is one small but very significant example of that.
We wanted to provide a safe haven for children at risk in Israel, so we adopted Ahava Village.
Ahava is love, and in Ahava Children and Youth Village, we give love to children who doesn't get enough love at home. Children who come from low socioeconomical families, abusing families, and families who just can't take care of their own children. 5 years ago, Alon Carmel, who is a graduate of Ahava, made a connection between Bnei Zion and Ahava. The main thing they did was to renovate the dining hall, who is now the cultural center of Ahava. We have lots of educational and therapeutic activities in the afternoon for the kids, such as gardening, animal therapy, sport activity. We have a Project Life Theater, who do also lots of projects for the whole kids together. Without Bnei Zion's support, I think the children of Ahava wouldn't have so many things. We have a warm relationship with Bnei Zion, and they support us and help us give the children a nice, warm house outside their own home.
As an expression of our will to help educate the youth of Israel, we undertook support of the David Yellin College of Education in Jerusalem.
The main purpose of the David Yellin College of Education is to train teachers, but we also want to see them as social leaders and educational leaders for the coming generation.
At the David Yellin College, one can find unique educational programs, including a wide variety of therapeutic disciplines, such as art, music, dance, and pet therapy.
Several years ago, Bnei Zion adopted us as a project. We have a quite tight relation with them. I hope for the future that the relation between the college and Bnei Zion will be so warm as it is today, and they will help us to educate and to train the next generation of teachers for the children of Israel.
As Bnei Zion enters its second century of supporting the State of Israel, we're proud that we have 5 regional offices across the United States and continue to support humanitarian projects in Israel.
100 years of making a difference have passed for our Bnei Zion family. Throughout the years, we contributed greatly to help shape the physical, cultural, spiritual identities of the State of Israel.
On behalf of Bnei Zion Medical Center, I'm sending warmest greeting for your 100th anniversary and hope for many more years of giving.
I'm sure that Bnei Zion and Israel Elwin will keep on working together in the next 100 years for the benefit of our residents and organizations all over Israel.
I hope that our connection will go on for 100 years to come. Happy birthday and thank you, Bnei Zion.
I want to say Mazal Tov to Bnei Zion Foundation on their 100th anniversary. And I wish them more than anniversary. We need them for hundreds and hundreds years ahead to help us to work together and to build together the land of Israel.
I'm very proud to be the president of Bnei Zion as we enter our second 100th year of our existence. I think and I know that Bnei Zion will live up to the challenges that are in front of us, and we will continue to support our great projects in Israel and the Israeli people.
Our journey is not complete, and the road ahead of us is still long. We invite you to continue to walk down this worthwhile and fulfilling path as part of the Bnei Zion family.